What's going on, guys? I'm Mighty back at the game with the weekly Rust Skins videos, and we actually have a Cyclone set to hit here quite soon, so I'm not going to do the actual skin like gameplay part of this video just so I can get this video out because there is a likely chance of a power outage to happen. But this is the Rust item store for this week. Our top 3 sellers are the factory new AK, the Black Ops revolver, and the Neon Honey box. And let's get started with the limited store, and we will still go with the clothing and armor first. We have the Gold Lord face mask and the Gold Lord chest plate. Both Metal Gear going for $3.95 each, so they're above center store price for clothing and armor. And these are, I suppose, set to theme that new AK skin that we got, which was in one of the general drops. I actually have the skin, but I don't remember which general drop it's from, but either way, it's from one of these, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's cool, I suppose. I wouldn't be surprised if this set actually became a collection and it did continue down the line, but overall I think that this Gold Lord Metal Gear does have potential to go up in value as long as it does continue to release. So if it does continue to release, I also would imagine that the price of it as it continues will remain above the center store price, which means that the quantity for the Gold Lord stuff will be lower on the community market than usual. However, of course, that also does mean it's going to be a higher initial price to be investing in. So you could try and get the Gold Lord Metal Gear off of the community market with the community market buy order. Just maximize your potential profits and try and get it for a bit cheaper than $3.85. But if you pick it up, then if this set does continue, then I do think it is likely to increase in value. However, I do think you could probably get it for a little bit cheaper off of the community market if you place your buy orders as early as you can. So that is what I would mainly recommend to do with the Gold Lord gear. But overall, it looks pretty good, looks pretty promising, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did continue as a set. Moving over to the Fallen hoodie and the Fallen pants, both going for $1.55 each. Overall, I really like the 3D rendering of these skins. And of course, this is a continuation of the Fallen collection now, where we had the coffee can gear, road sign gear released last week with the road sign kilt, coffee can helmet, and the road sign vest. Overall, I'm not overly fond of this design. I just think there's too much going on. Like, I really like the ribcage, I really like the spine, I like the scapula, but I don't like that there's just skulls everywhere. I think that it could have looked better if it was actually just a fleshy skeleton, but there's just a lot going on. So personally, I don't love the design, but the Rust community does beg to differ with my opinion on that, because as you can see, the Fallen set is, of course, it is day one, so you do have to keep in mind that this stuff is spiked up a little bit, and it's also not actually exactly accurate to what the prices are on the Steam community market. They're actually a little bit less than this, but they're pretty close. So overall, you can see that the Fallen set is performing very well. The coffee can helmet's actually probably around about $7, not $17, but that's just probably a delay on Steam community market's end. So overall, yeah, as I just said, you can see the Fallen set is doing well, but of course that is because we have the hoodie and pants release back to back from the road sign gear. So that is why that stuff is performing so well, because it does have a direct skin release right after it, and it's keeping the hype alive for that set. Of course, this is also a cheaper alternative to some desert skinned camos, in my opinion. Cheaper, at least, if you're buying them off the Rust item store, because as I just said, they're obviously quite expensive now on the Steam community market. So overall, as long as the Fallen set does continue, I do believe that the Fallen hoodie and pants will continue to make you money as well. They're only going for $1.55 each, so there's center store price for clothing and armor. So I actually think that it's a pretty safe investment to be picking these up. Even if they don't continue next week, they're likely to still go above the $1.55 price point just to match their road sign counterparts. So keep that in mind, but overall I will recommend investing in the Fallen hoodie and pants, because I do think that they can make you money off of the Rust item store for this week. And that is not it for clothing and armor. So we have the Ultramarine road sign gloves and the Ultramarine boots, both going for $1.55 each. As I said, center store price for clothing. Although I feel like that's actually quite good for road sign gloves, because I feel like typically they're actually above center store price. I haven't actually checked to see what they're going for Let's just do it this way. There's only 2 cheaper road sign gloves on the Steam community market compared to what's going the price of these Ultramarine road sign gloves right now. So overall, these should actually be a relatively safe investment to be investing in. Also, the Ultramarine set has performed very well. As you can see, nothing has dropped below center store price, and you are indeed making money off of all of the Ultramarine stuff. So I'd recommend investing the Ultramarine road sign gloves and the Ultramarine boots. But you do also have to keep in mind that this is now the final items of the Ultramarine set in terms of clothing. We've had the metal gear, we've got the road sign gear, we've got the hoodie and pants already, and now we have the boots and the road sign gloves. They're not going to release a leather glove, I don't think, because there wouldn't be any point. And they might now start to move over to weapons, but we will see. I definitely think that the weapons aren't going to perform as well as the clothing. And even the deployables aren't performing like incredibly. Of course, you are still making money off of the deployables, but they are also usually starting at a higher price point as well. So something to keep in mind. I do think that this is kind of the end of the Ultramarine set, in my opinion, but I do still think you're going to be making money off of both the Ultramarine boots and road sign gloves, so I will recommend investing in them off of the Rusted store for this week. So overall, actually quite a good week. Let's go over to the front page again, and that's all of the clothing and armor. So now we'll move over to the weapons. We have the Black Ops revolver going for $3.85. This is currently the cheapest revolver skin. If it leaves the Rusted store and goes to the community market at $3.85, then it's the cheapest community market revolver skin. So there is 0 cheaper revolver skins on the community market. So overall, revolver skins clearly are quite a safe investment. This is $3.95, so pretty sure that's like standard store price for weapons off the top of the dome. And as you can see, the Black Ops is quite a cool looking skin. We had 2 other Black Ops skins release, that being the Black Ops SAR and the Black Ops AK, and they are both down 24% and 31%. Surprisingly, the SAR is actually performing worse than the AK, but look, it is what it is. They are 2 weapon skins that have so many really high tier, high demand weapons skins, where it actually makes it a lot harder to be investing in those kind of skins. So the revolver, on the other hand, as I just said, the cheapest community market revolver is like $5 or something like that, and this Black Ops revolver is going for $3.85. It has a nice ADS front sight. It's overall a nice looking Revy skin, and I actually don't have anything to fault this. I'm not super keen on the spring thing, but maybe that's what it looks like on every revolver when you do the inspect. I don't really use revolver for very long, so I don't really exactly remember. But overall, Black Ops revolver, I will recommend investing in the off of the Rusted store, because I think you can make money off of it. I think it's going to be a pretty easy investment, to be completely honest. Moving over to the factory new AK, going for $6.15. This is above center store price, and I feel like Face Punch thinks that this is going to be a special looking AK skin, or a special, like, going to perform well, blah blah blah. Currently, as I said, it is selling at number 1 on the top sellers. So it clearly does have a bit of demand, but $6.15 is what it's going for. I honestly think you could get it for cheaper off of the community market. It is a chrome finished AK skin with a like polished wooden front handle and potentially rear stock. Let me have a look. Not just the front handle. So, I mean, it's a classy, nice, clean looking AK skin. We don't know what the front ADS looks like. However, there isn't a front ADS screenshot, which is a red flag in my opinion. And by the looks of it, the front iron sight is black. So I don't think it looks like it has a pay-to-win front iron sight. And $6.15 is what this AK is going for, so I'm not going to recommend investing in that off of the Rusted store. I think it's too expensive of initial investment for an AK skin, and I think you could get it for cheaper off of the community market with a buy order, and so that is what I'll recommend to do. Overall, it's a nice looking AK skin, but in my opinion, it's not worth $6.15 off of the Rusted store, so I'm not going to recommend investing that off of the Rusted store for this week. Definitely think you could get it as a play skin for cheaper off of the community market. Moving over to, I think, the final weapon skin of the week, we have the Hyper SAR going for $3.85. I don't think that this Hyper thing is a collection. No, it's not. We don't have any other Hyper stuff, but it's going for $3.85 in store price for weapons and tools. I don't think that this is going to be a profitable investment. I honestly am not super keen on this skin. I think some people definitely will like it, but the colors they just aren't doing it for me. I think it's a little bit of a clash, but overall, I just don't really like this skin. I think it's well made. The quality of it looks pretty good, but it's just not for me. $3.85 is what this is going for. I like the bullets in the magazine being visible, but yeah, I'm just not super keen on this style. I don't think it's going to perform very well. Once it leaves the Rust store and goes to the community market, I think it's just going to be another SAR. It's no standout looking SAR skin. It's interesting, but not interesting enough to create a hype amount of demand where the price of it is going to be profitable, in my opinion. It also does have a red front iron sight, but I don't think that it's really going to be a substantial enough factor to be making you money on the community market. So I'm not going to recommend investing in the Hyper SAR off of the Rust store for this week. So that is going to do it for weapons. And now we'll move over to the deployables. We have a bit of a meme skin this week. We have the Alice's Biscuits Garage Door. Of course, this is one of the developers, Alistair McFarlane. And this is going for $2.30, made by Sappy McStabface. And I think that this is actually a really cool skin. We haven't had a unique meme skin like this for a decent while. We only ever get bloody animal faces on rocks, so it's not overly creative, but I think this is actually really well made. I think it's a creative skin, and I think this is good meme-worthy skin. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a glow, it doesn't have any windows, and maybe not everyone in the game is going to know who Alistair is, so maybe not everyone in the game will really understand it. I don't think its demand is going to be overly high, but it is only going for $2.30, so it's actually a decent price. I think for the meme, this garage door skin can have demand on the community market, and the fact that it's only going for $2.30 means that it shouldn't be overly risky to invest in, but I would still recommend trying to place a community market buy order on the community market to get this one for a little bit cheaper if possible, just because I think that it's a little bit more of a risky investment because you're really just banking on the fact that it is a meme and hoping that the whole Rust community kind of understands who this person is and the fact that it's actually just a meme. So if that is the case, then this skin would go up. If someone makes a TikTok on it, then I'm sure that this skin will definitely go up. But overall, $2.30. I actually think it'll be a pretty safe investment to be trying to pick it up off of the Rust store, but I would recommend being a little bit safer and just trying to get it off of the community market for a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone made some sort of video about this skin telling you like the lore of it, and then one day its price fluctuates. So just keep that in mind. All right, moving over to the clan-based doors, continuation of the clan-based set where we've had the garage door and we've also had a large wooden box. Surprisingly, the set actually isn't performing very well. So the large wooden box is down 52% and the garage door is down 58%. I actually think that this is a really nice looking, unique looking skin. I personally like it better on the garage door, but it's still awesome looking nonetheless. I think the lighting has been really well done on this skin, especially for a glowing deployable, and that is what the price of the door itself is worth as well. So it is standstill price for glowing deployables, $3.75. I'm not going to recommend investing in it simply because the clan-based collection hasn't performed very well so far, and I do think if you want to pick it up as a play skin, you could get it for cheaper off of the community market with a buy order. So yeah, not going to recommend investing in the clan-based door off of the Rust store for this week, but it is a pretty cool skin in my opinion. Okay, moving over to the Frog Fridge. This is the cheapest, besides, your free skins. This is the cheapest fridge skin at the moment. I'm pretty sure, is that right? Yeah, it's the cheapest. Okay, so basically, I think that this is going to be a safe investment. There isn't really too much I need to say about this one. Fridge skins are clearly successful investments. They're all profitable. And also with this new Food 2.0 thing, I don't know if food spoils. I haven't read the bloody update, whatever, blogs or whatever. And I also didn't see it in Shadowfrax's video, but I do think that food will eventually start to spoil if it doesn't already, and you will start to need fridges. So $3.95 is what this Frog Fridge is going for. It does have a slight glow on the face, and then there's of course a meme skin overall, I do think you can make money off of the Frog Fridge, and so even buying it off the Rust store, I think you can profit investing in it. So I will recommend investing in the Frog Fridge off of the Rust store for this week. It's actually a crazy week, just going over it. All right, moving over to the Neon Honey Box. So I just watched the Bee movie yesterday, coincidentally. This is going for $3.85, and this is a glowing deployable of some honey and some bees. Overall, I don't think this is really a crazy investment opportunity, because I don't think that this is really going to have any demand once it leaves the Rust store and goes to the community market. Like maybe some like bee farmers or some crap might want to have it as their like honey box. I don't really know what the meta is, and I don't know what the go is with farming honey and stuff like that. But I know that there is bees, and I think you can collect the honey. But I also know you can make those bee like grenades. I don't even know what they're called, probably bee grenades. But look, overall, I don't think the Neon Honey Box is going to be profitable. It's already going for $3.85. It sounds all price for glowing deployables, but we've got plenty of awesome looking large box skins that, in my opinion, look better than this honey bee box. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Neon Honey Box off of the Rust store for this week. All right, moving over to the final skin of the week, we have the Pie Furnace going for $3.05. This has got a little bit of a cheeky glow in like the red pie spots while the furnace is on, but overall that's pretty much it. It is of course a pie with this little aluminium pastry dish tray at the bottom. So overall, it's not too crazy. I'm sure Shadow Frax will probably froth it, but he's probably the only one, and everyone in his community maybe. But overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Pie Furnace off of the Rust store. It's going for $3.05. Sorry. I think you can get it for cheaper off of the community market, and that is what I'll recommend to do. So not going to recommend investing in the Pie Furnace off of the Rust store. Let me just double check, make sure this is all of the skins covered. Yes, that is definitely all of the skins covered. Reminder of what the top sellers is looking like. We have the factory new AK in at number 1, followed by the Black Ops Revolver and the Neon Honey Box. So as I said, the skins this week are actually quite good in my opinion. Like this is a good investing shop. I'm surprised that the Neon Honey Box is in at number 2. Number 3 on the top sellers, but it is, and that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.